Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with freebets.com Empire Fight Store. Forged Irish Stout. We're here. Kalle Sauerland.
How many sponsors you got?
Fair few.
I've only got one. Ladbrokes, the red carpet. Ladbrokes, you see? Ladbrokes.
Nice.
50-50 on Friday night, by the way.
Absolutely.
50-50. This is a 50. This is not a Kalle 50-50. This is a Ladbrokes 50-50. Yeah. Live on Channel 5. European Championship. None of that Mickey Mouse stuff. The proper European Championship. Sam Eggington versus Abass Baraou. England versus Germany from Telford. 50-50 on Ladbrokes. Around the world on the zone. Tune in. I would.
Absolutely. Look, you sort of done my first question and spiel for me, which is always a good sign. But look,
a few hours in the car to work that one out on the way up here. Couple of Red Bulls on the way. No, sorry, Prime Energies on the way.
And now back on the good stuff, the water.
And a bit of vodka here.
Well, look, talk about this main event. An absolute cracker of a fight. We know what Sam Eggington brings with Abass Baraou as well, wanting to with a point to prove. This is one of them fights that I suppose if you're unsure about boxing and you're not sure, you'd say tune into this main event. It's a cracking fight.
You're setting me up, aren't you? This is like John Barnes and Lineker back in the day. Right, ball comes in and out, it's over to me. That's why it's on terrestrial television, people, because this is an advert for boxing. Eggington, never in a bad fight. Abass Baraou, the German, boo, right? Phenomenal talent. And I just got a little bit of caviar on the top for you. It's also a final eliminator for the world title. WBA. Hot off the press. There we go.
Well, just to add to what's already a spicy main event.
I don't really, to be honest, people forget how great the European Championship is in a world of a lot of world titles. There is only the European title, so it's a phenomenal. It's a phenomenal title to hold. But it's where it also takes them afterwards, so it adds to the storyline a bit for the hardcore.
100%, but you've also got the likes of a Tom Welland, a Dan Howard on the card.
Return of Matty Harris.
Yeah, 100%. Return of Matty
Fury, one of my favourite trainers.
So you're excited about that dynamic? Obviously, Matty with the sad thing.
Massive fan of Peter Fury. Peter Fury and Tyson Fury changed what we're enjoying today that's called heavyweight boxing. They ended the 10-year, reign of a great world champion in Vladimir Klitschko, but the end of the reign, Peter Fury masterminded that night together with Tyson Fury. One of the absolute best trainers out there. Matty Harris, yes, he's had a slip. Yes, he's had to dig deep. And I think he's made a cracking appointment there, and the fact that they're working together it excites me.
100%. I know Matty before the loss was touted to go on and do big things. This is his opportunity here under a new trainer.
Look at the domestic scene of heavyweights. Quite a few have fallen away. Others have progressed. You've seen. Last year, okay, I was going to go further. I was going to Joe Joyce. Don't know what's happening there. He's obviously trying to come back now, and I wish Joe all the best. He's a great fighter. You've got Wardley and Clark fighting finally. The winner will progress. So your domestic scene is going to be sort of refreshed. And it's going to be fun. And Matty Harris is going to have a big part to play in that.
100%. Look, we look forward to seeing Matty back out. Another one of your charges I want to get into, Josh Kelly. Have we got any fight news for him? What's sort of on the horizon for Josh? I know he's always been looking for a big fight the past 12 months. Any updates?
Stomping up and down there outside when you came in. Been here half an hour before. Up, down, up, down. That was Adam Booth.
Right.
We are working on something fantastic. Been working on it for a while, so likely to pull off. But there's sometimes those things in boxing you just got to be patient with. I'm not the most patient person in the world, but
it's a big fight, though.
You seem like you know what you're talking about. But there's two options. There's two options we got. I can't go into them because I don't want someone to take our option. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Okay, but things are imminent. Could it happen? Could it get done by this weekend?
I'm hoping so, but I think realistic announcement in the next 10 days.
Okay, doc. Let's move on. Chris Eubank Jr., a man who's on at the end of most people's lips in boxing. I want to pick up on something Eddie Hearn came out with. He was talking obviously with Canelo now becoming, parted ways with the PBC. Chris Eubank's always sort of been linked along with the likes of Jaime Munguia, and he mentions Berlanga with a Canelo, saying that'd be a great fight. Eddie Hearn says no chance. He said he's running scared from the likes of a Conor Benn. What do you make of them comments? And is that just sort of being a bit salty over the negotiations? You don't really believe that?
That's Eddie and Junior. I saw Junior had actually a very funny pop at Eddie a few weeks ago with "Show Me the Money," Jerry Maguire, and I guess that's Eddie's comeback on it, isn't it? But I'm not going to get involved in their comments. All I can say from my end is we're talking to Team Eubank at the moment, and there's good options on the table. Some of those options are sort of time limited, so we're trying to work at a pace, and the pace has picked up in the last days, and hopefully no more so.
When you talk about the likes of a Canelo, is that a fight you'd love to see with Chris Eubank? He's all been after these mega fights off the back of his win with Liam Smith in that rematch. He'll be wanting to move in that direction.
You would, but it's Cinco de Mayo. Is there not a fight done already? Is there not? I mean, I don't know.
We're hearing Berlanga online as saying Berlanga or Jaime Munguia. That's the sort of things that are coming from that.
I think Berlanga's a bit of an arse, given that he probably had a full camp for McCrory at the weekend. Because McCrory's a tough fight. It was a tough fight, but okay, he's got out of that unscathed. But you don't just jump straight into a camp again. You've got body's got 10 days, 2 weeks to cool off after a camp like that. I can't imagine it's Berlanga. So,
who do you think then?
I think Munguia all day long.
What chance do you give Munguia in that fight against Canelo? So obviously it's a step up, but he's on the rise as Munguia, highly thought of.
Yeah, I mean we were in talks actually last year with Junior as well to fight Munguia, and they never came back. So it was an interesting one. I guess they've wanted to build him up for this fight, and then we'll only find out at that fight. For me at least, I'll only find out about Munguia really at that level, because he hasn't been near that sort of level for me yet, and that fight will determine that. I mean, Ryder, great fighter, John Ryder, but at the tail end of his career, it was his last fight. Yeah, so that's not going to put Munguia into the Hall of Fame. So this is the fight where we would find out about Munguia. So it's a bit of a, I don't know enough about him. I'm not going to step in and say Munguia's got a great chance to build that one up, because I don't know much. I've never seen him spar. So, those are the sort of things you look at.
I want to take a bit of a curveball here. You might not know something about it, but I know your partner in crime, Mams Taylor, might.
What's he done?
No, he's not. John Fury, Joe Egan. You heard anything about this? Because John Fury's done an interview.
Not on my desk. That's
might not be on your desk, but what do you know?
Listen, I know that there's talk. They're talking in the background at the moment about it. I've had loads of people try and sell me both of them, and I've got direct links certainly to John Fury. I've got him on speed dial, so I don't need anyone coming out of the woodwork telling me they're John Fury's agent, because I'll talk to John Fury, thank you very much. Yeah. But at the same time, it'd be a fun fight to make. I don't know.
You think we can see something like that? I know Misfits is wild, but
very careful around fights with over 40s, let's say, or over 45s. I'm 46, so I can say that. That's one part. So obviously the medical check would have to be very different. I'd have to consult leave that to the medical teams. We do take those sort of things very, very seriously, and see, a very different sort of medical check to start with. Yep. I think weights would be fine. I've never met Joe Egan, but he looks a big fella. So yeah. Would we all watch it? You're asking me. Of course we would. So yeah. I mean, am I interested in it? Yeah, in a strange way. It's like the other one though. Kalle Froch.
Kalle Froch. Yeah.
I was on the way home from work, and I've just pinged that out on Twitter. I said, sort of in discussions around it. Of course, Kalle was a 168. Now I know that Carl's not 168 anymore, but he keeps fit. He's not the type to blow up. He never was. So what's he going to be? 185, 190 now, I'm guessing. He's still in the gym. He looks fit. So, sorry, I know John's more the powerlifting type.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, £60 difference or something. No, that's not going to happen. Not my watch. No, but it's a nice talking point. You know, could do like a ping pong match between them or something. No one will watch that though.
Wayne Rooney, he came out and said there's been talks as well. What do you know about that? Would you like to see him on a Misfits card? I know he had that viral video many years ago where he sadly ended up on the deck.
Everyone's seen that. Everyone,
Not more realistic.
Can always go wrong on one night, can't it? But no, he's the sort of guy when he was playing, you'd want to watch him have a tear up. You know, Wayne was built that way. It was sort of like bulldog, isn't he? He was the way he played. You know, so yeah, the curious side of me would love to see that, and it would certainly fit with Misfits. But I'll be dead honest, I haven't spoken to Wayne about it. I've met Wayne many times over the years at boxing and had a fun night out with him once. He's good.
Can you go into it?
So, no, that's a whole chapter in my book. No, don't worry, Wayne. That's not getting published for a few years. I have to retire straight afterwards. But the talks have been with a representative of his. No direct chat. So it is what it is. It's a rumour for me until we actually chat and see if he wants. I think the space is. I think he's definitely was looking at it, or he's looking at it. But I think he's also looking at, his management career and how that would affect it, etc.
Right, let's go back to the traditional boxing now for a minute. Just to throw that in there for a bit of something. Big fights getting made all the time. Devin, Haney, Ryan Garcia press conference yesterday. Let me get your opinion on it. Both had a bit of a back and forth, but a terrific fight. Boxing started this year strong, and it looks to be continuing. Who do you have in that fight? Break it down for us.
I think Haney. I think Garcia. I think Garcia's a very, very popular fighter, but I think Haney's very, very much better boxer, in my opinion. But that's my humble opinion, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. Just hope it's a good fight because it's going to get good eyeballs, that. Especially with, dare I say, the Misfits sort of audience, the younger viewers, because Ryan Garcia is a massive overlap on. We see that on the numbers on a sort of Misfits style audience. So he's actually, if you want for the good of boxing, you hope Garcia wins and does really well because he's got massive young eyeballs on him. But Haney, he's a very, very good fighter. So, no, I don't know. Maybe I'll revise that a bit. 60-40 Haney.
Couple more. Harlem Eubank. Do we have an opponent in mind? A date, something like that?
The one in mind is Lewis Ritson.
Great fight.
Yeah, great fight. It's a cracking fight to keep building the name, keep building the level, keep building the name. I've said before, we've spoken to, all sides. Azim's side, looked at the Dalton Smith stuff. But I'm not being funny, but they let them fight because then they'll have a name and then we can fight that name. But right now we've built a name in Harlem, Eubank, and we're just going to keep building that name right now.
Do you think them two will fight, Azim and Dalton? I know Eddie said, look, that's not happening.
I hope they do. I think, to be honest with you, I don't know what's going on because if they're going to pull out, I think they should have pulled out by now. So I'm hoping they do. Yeah, I can't work out the tactic if they don't, because then they should have pulled out already. So I think the Azim side will take it. Yeah.
Who wins that fight?
Whew, good fight.
Great fight.
Great fight. I love to watch that. I've had Dalton Smith on a card of ours in Europe. That was about a year and a half ago. It's 50-50. I'm not gonna put my name. No, I'm not gonna put a neck out there. Harlem beats the winner.
That's good enough. Kalle Sauerland, appreciate your time. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks.